Hey guys, welcome back to Mighty Quest. So a lot of the updates that have been coming out have been ruining the replays, as you can go through here and you can see like a bunch of replays that I had lined up for my next video, but they keep releasing little patches here and there that are ruining them. So I'm going to walk through the little things that I changed, and then I'm going to do a bunch of videos probably as I work on these two rooms that I'm going to be switching up a little bit. And I'll explain kind of why I needed to change it out a little bit after this. So this room hasn't changed. It's been working really well for me. I said I was going to change up this room in my last video because it wasn't really working the way I wanted it to. So I believe I had like archers and stuff in here before. Basically I turned this into more of a time-consuming room, but like Pete Poundmore is still pretty strong, and like Scorpios are decently strong. Like it has the chance of killing someone, but they're probably not going to die in these type of rooms anyway. So you can see here I just have like a couple hunger bots to pull them back into this Cyclops, which is on the whatever the Smasher specialization is called, and then I have a Defendatron to just make it a little bit more difficult. So it's just kind of an annoying room with a fire trap in a pretty good placement, just so like, you know, they have to run through it to aggro. And then if they want to pull back through and hide around the corner, they can, but they have to run back through the fire. So that's kind of what I'm going to be starting to get more into. And I'm changing the overall feel of my dungeon a little bit. I still have a couple kill zones, but I'm going to be changing it to take a little bit more time, and I'll get into why I'm doing that in a little bit. So this room, you have a bad dog. If they prioritize or use any sort of splash damage on Pete Poundmore and kill off this bad dog, it releases a howl which will make Pete Poundmore attack faster, which is great. This trap placement might change. I was kind of fiddling around with it to see, you know, where I could put traps, because I wanted to figure out the room placement before I started these videos, because that actually takes quite a bit of time. And then following that up, I have a little Puppeteer with Enrage, Scorpio, and Stairmaster just to try to get some kills if they do end up getting in here. This did have a fire trap in it, so you'd get pulled into like 2 fire mines, and then the Debaser would get off like 1 or 2 shots, and it would do decent damage if they got pulled. If they didn't, the Scorpio's tanky enough where it'll take a little bit of extra time. Other than that, I don't think I've really changed much. I did change up that little pull thing that I said I was going to change in the last one, and like most of these replays had the changed pull. I was trying to use mouse traps instead of slows to be able to kind of force people down the hallway and not have a reliable way to get back around this corner and hide. That's something that I'm just really trying to do more and more, is the trap placements to prevent people from just kiting back around corners. And that kind of gets into why I want to change up this whole room that I had, which was one of my kill zones, and why I'm changing it into more of a time-consuming, but if you rush through it, you could still have the chance of dying type of room setup. And the reasoning behind that is because people were, you know, aggroing mobs and running around corners on literally every single mob pack, and they still had about 40 seconds left after they killed the boss room. Like, as long as they were decently geared and they didn't make any huge mistakes, they could get through as long as they played very safe in my dungeon. So what I'm thinking of doing now is making a lot more time-consuming rooms, which will force people to go quicker through these kill zones. And this actually has to get changed up completely, because either I have to add another room, which I do have the available space for, but it'll increase my time that I allow people to go through my dungeon, so I'm not sure if I want to do that yet, or I have to change it up so that it's pulling from this side, because it used to be down here and used to go south through the door. But I'll worry about that after. So what I'm thinking about doing here is kind of a multi-pull system, where you're not using spring traps, obviously. I say multi-pulls when I mean like the circles are so close to each other that if they go too far in one direction, or if they get pulled by a hunger bot into another circle because they're kind of overlapping like that. And I'm thinking that I can put around 60 supply worth of units in here and have it so that they can't actually they can't ignore any of the packs. That's kind of the big issue when you're trying to do these type of things. You do not want people to be able to ignore the packs. And I think I can put 2 groups in here. I think this could work out pretty decently as well. So I'm just going to kind of try to set up kind of a template and start to throw some monsters in here, and then I'll be changing it as I go along. So with this room, I think I want to do something like a Snodder to pull somewhere down in here, and then somewhere down in here something, probably not a Snodder, but at least one Hungerbot. I know I want that in here. So I'll just kind of set up that template here, because I know that's kind of what I want. I don't know exactly what I want to support it, but I know that's like my core that I want there. Because I want something, this actually might have to move a little bit down, if it can. So like right there is about the farthest it can go, unless I move the Snodder, which will make it so that they can skip aggroing it, so I don't want that. Alright, so then I want another Snodder somewhere around in here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So that they can't skip it. So something like that. And I want a Scorpio, I think. I'm not completely sold on the Scorpio yet, but it's something that I'll probably try for a day or two, just to see how people handle it. I don't know if I have another Scorpio. I don't. I have to go buy one. Alright. So, Scorpio. And, Scorpio, where are you? Alright. And we'll throw him in there so it doesn't screw up again. Okay. So yeah, the idea I think that I'm going to be doing with this is they'll aggro this, and I'll have enough, like, I'm hoping that I can get good trap placement here that doesn't allow them to just hide behind this corner. Or hide behind this corner. I'm thinking that I can put like a fire trap in here, one of those rotating fire traps, and make it so that they can't just stand around the corner. So if they kind of go into the room at all, they risk aggroing this guy just by going into the circle. Also, this guy will be coming around and might pull him, if he's standing around in here or something, pull him into this circle. And then, you know, two groups of mobs, and it should be decently hard to deal with. And even if he doesn't, if he takes his time and he doesn't actually go through it, you know, full speed, going back around this corner and waiting for these mobs down here to actually get around there is going to take a lot more time than what I used to have set up here. So I think that should work out pretty well. So what do I want to actually support it? That's the pretty big question right now. I'm thinking maybe at least one Stairmaster, because it makes it just kind of good zone control. And if this Scorpio actually does get a pull-off, I think that if I put one in this circle here, he might be able to get a couple shots off. So that's kind of temporary. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it, but we'll see. That's kind of the same general setup that I have over here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that yet, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, and then maybe Cyclops to support this guy. Could be pretty good. I kind of want to try using more Cyclops just in general. I think they might be better than archers right now. At least at this level where I'm at right now. So maybe a couple Cyclopses, and then I have 3 supply left, so maybe an Enrager Puppeteer could be reasonable. Somewhere around in here. So something like that maybe could work. And obviously these can be moved a little bit more around if I need to. Just before I start testing, that should work. And then I have 2 supply here if I leave this Debaser Stairmaster guy here. He's 5 supply, so if I freed that up, let me just take a look to see if I want something else. So how much does the circle have? 7 supply left. So if I put 4 supply unit, I'd have a 3 supply left. I don't really like 3 supply units. You know, I already have that Enrager over here. I don't really want too many of those because they're kind of weak by themselves. And I don't really like bad dogs. I could also take this guy out and have my circle start with something different. A 4 supply unit, possibly. Like a Smelly Warrior, although Smelly Warriors aren't very good either. I could also just have another Cyclops. So that might be an interesting idea. If you get pulled by this, you get smashed by a Cyclops. That could be decent. I might give it a try. The only thing that I'm questioning a little bit is if I have too many Cyclops in this zone here. But Cyclops are good. We'll give it a try. Alright, so let's work on this room. I might need to move these to be able to work on this room correctly. Let's see. Alright, so what I think I want to do is... Yeah, I'm already going to move one of these Cyclopses kind of over here. And let me throw a Snotter in. And this will be easier once I can actually see a bit better. But I'm not currently shielded, so I have to keep my castle kind of broken until I get at least the template set up, so that people don't just attack me and get a free win. Alright, so something like this. I'm not sure they might be able to sneak by there, but I don't think they can. I'll test it myself. And let's see. Maybe another puppeteer? Because I think I want something skinny to actually take that circle through into this room. Or maybe even like an archer. Archers are kind of weakish, so I'm not sure about that. Like, archers just are pretty lackluster at the level that I'm at. Once I upgrade them again, I'm sure they'll get better, but one or two archers in this entire room might not be too bad. So an archer right there, and then maybe another Cyclops. And we want to kind of move this back as much as possible. And I know I want a Hunger Bot. The same basic idea is going to be applied in this room. And I kind of just want it as far back and as delayed as possible. So hopefully, when they get done maybe finishing fighting the archer and this guy, they'll start to run back into this room, get pulled by the Hunger Bot into more circles. That's kind of the idea. Alright. So I still have some supply there, but I just want to get the template set up here. I feel like I'm using too many Cyclops here, but I'm okay with that. I might want to move this Snotter over one, although that does definitely risk them just going by there. So let me see if I can put them up. Alright, I'm gonna have to move these guys here. See if I can move this guy over one. There we go. That should be good. I think they can't skip either one of those as they run through this hallway. They'll have to hit both groups. Alright, and then we have a Cyclops. And I believe I want to connect it to a Hunger Bot. If I could do it through this room, that would be good. Because then they would come out through here. Yeah, that would be really good. Let's see if I can do that. I should be able to. Alright, so I feel like this entire room should have a Bone Puppeteer somewhere. So I'm probably going to throw one of those in there. Put him like behind one of these, like up in there somewhere. And then maybe have another archer or two. Although I really don't like archers in this room, because they can hide behind these pedestals. So I think maybe not archers. I don't think archers are the right way to go. I think I can't connect it if I use Pete Poundmore, so maybe more Cyclops. Or maybe Defendatron? No, I don't think. If I put the Defendatron on like its AoE, it might be pretty good, but that screws up my boss room, so at the moment I don't think I'm going to do that. I think Cyclops, just spam Cyclops everywhere. Might be the most effective way. Alright, and then looks like that might have too much. Let's see. Yeah, that would make 19 if I used another Snotter. Which isn't terrible. I mean, I could use just like a random Squidly for no apparent reason. Squidlies aren't all that good, but... It says no basic attack. I know that's incorrect, though. They have like decent physical damage, but they just won't get their hits off all that much, all that often. I could replace one of the 6 supply Cyclops with like a Stairmaster, and then I would have 3 supply, and I could throw in like a Bad Dog or something. But that's kind of assuming that they aggro everything. Like the Bad Dog wouldn't be good unless they aggroed everything and they were using AoE. So I think probably just throwing in like a Snotter or 2 might be okay in this circumstance. Or actually that puts it up to 20, so that's fine. Alright, so that actually connects up pretty well. And then I think something else in the middle of here would be good. I think this would probably be a great place for a Pound More. Somewhere right in the middle. And then we can always hope that this Hungerbot comes up through the top and pulls it all the way through. Right, so the hope would be like, he aggroes this, he stands to try to fight it somewhere in this doorway. This Hungerbot rolls up, pulls him into this circle. This Hungerbot comes up, pulls him into this circle. And it's a possibility of, 60 mobs without having used spring traps, which are like, they make your dungeon kind of gimmicky, I guess. As soon as you know it's there, and you know how to kite it around a corner or something, it's a lot easier to deal with. So I'm trying to get away from them a little bit. I still want to set up those kill zones. I still have like this pull area here, which kills like the majority of people, and then this takes a while, and this will take a while, and this will take a while, and then maybe by this time they'll want to rush through my dungeon, get to this pull trap that I still need to set up again, and might get killed by the boss or something. So that's kind of the idea. Alright, so I need something to connect with this. Do I want... I'm not sure what I want to go with this guy. I could put like another puller, but I don't see the purpose of it. You're already going to have both mobs pulled regardless by the time that you hit him. So I think just a floor supply something else, or maybe like a Bad Dog with it. That could be a decent situation. Or I could remove this Bone Puppeteer in order to put one next to him. Alright, I'm going to give it a try to put this guy back a little bit more. That's actually skippable, which I don't like. So I might actually have to lead with him, I guess. And then if I put a Bad Dog back here, I could maybe make it not skippable. Yeah, I like that. Let's see. We'll throw in the bad Dog for now, and I will I'll change it if I don't like it. Alright, so that's kind of a template, so I can actually... I'm still missing quite a bit of supply. Where am I missing supply? There's a little bit here that I could add. I have 5 supply here, so I mean that's perfect for a debaser. I might as well, or a Stairmaster. I might as well just throw one in for right now. Just put one in there. Alright. So I mean that's a decent template. I can throw this back together now so I can get a better look. Alright, so let's take a look at how this is going to work, or how I want it to. So we have this Snodder here, gets pulled. These guys are going to start to rush in. I think it would be better to have these guys go first, so turn them around that way. This bone puppeteer. I kind of want to move him in next to these guys. Something like that. And then this, I could maybe move these guys. Give me a temporary spot. Something like that. So that these guys go first and then behind comes that guy. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. We want to turn this guy around so that as soon as they're coming through, they get hit. I still need to add in some trap placement. I'll do that in a second because I'm going to do some testing on this area in a little bit here. And I'll have to redo this one as well so you guys will be able to see. I may just add another room though as well. I'll have to do some, extensive testing to see what exactly I need to do. I'll use probably my 25 archer. I might use my knight as well, but my knight doesn't quite have enough gear, I don't think, to get through this dungeon. Alright, so I think that I will end part 1 of this, and I will start a part 2 that you guys will be able to watch as I start to, kind of run through this dungeon more and more and tweak everything to perfection, I guess. So yeah, definitely look out for that. I'm going to end the video now. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and be sure to look out for part 2.